Now, next question is find the difference between the greatest 5-digit number and the smallest 5-digit numbers formed from the digits 0, 2, 3, 5, and 8. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about the greatest 5-digit number. So if we try to form the greatest 5-digit number out of these digits, it will be 85,320. Okay, now if we talk about the smallest number will be 20358, right? That is 20,358. Now, to find the difference, we have to do the subtraction. So if we try to subtract this, okay, let's do it together. So we have to take a borrow from here. So this will become 10. Now 10 minus 8 is 2. Now this is 11. We have to take a borrow from here. So this will become 1, like this will become 11. So 11 minus 5 is 6. Then this has become 2. So again, we have to take a borrow from here. So this will become 12. 12 minus 3 is what? 12 minus 3 is 9. Then this was already made 4, so we will carry the, like take down the 4 here. And now finally this is 8 minus 2, which is 6, right? So our answer will be 64,962, which is option C. Okay, now we have arrived on next question, that is question number 27. Now this question says that, okay, this question says that the price for 2 raincoats plus 1 umbrella is rupees 950 and the price for 3 umbrellas is rupees 750. Then we need to find the cost for one raincoat, right? Okay, so before to start solving this question, we will first of all find the like amount for one umbrella. So now we know that the cost for 3 umbrella is rupees 750. Now we know that if we are given rupees 750, we can buy 3 umbrellas. So to find the amount of one umbrella, can we just divide the rupees 750 with 3? Yes, we can. Okay, so let's do that. So now if we divide rupees 750 with 3, so the amount per umbrella will be rupees 250. That is, one umbrella is equal to rupees 250. Okay, now if we take this value and substitute it here, that is, 2 raincoat plus 1 umbrella is equal to rupees 950. Will we be able to get the value for raincoat? Yes, right? So now uh, after we substitute the value here, this will become that 2 raincoats plus the amount of one umbrella, that is 250, gives us the value of rupees 950, right? So for directly to get the value of 2 raincoats, we can simply subtract the value of one umbrella from 950. So 950 minus 250 will give us what? 700, right? So what is this 700? This 700 is the value for 2 raincoats. Now to get the value for one raincoat, we can simply divide 700 with 2. So our final value will be rupees 350. Okay, so the right answer to this is option D. Now, next question is directions for next two questions. The following table shows the number of bulbs produced by factories over a period of 4 months. Okay, so we know that this is the production of bulb by 4 factories, that is factory U, factory V, factory W, and factory X. And for what months? For 4 months. The months are May, June, July, and August. Now let us see the first question. The question is, how many bulbs did factory U produce in these 4 months? Okay, so in the first question, we have to talk about this factory U, and it is asked that how many total bulbs were produced in the 4 months. So for doing so, we have to do the addition of all of these. So let's do it together. So 4 plus 4 is what? 8. 8 plus 8 is 16. And 16 plus 5 will be 21, right? So 1 we will write here and 2 will be carried here. Then 6 plus 5 is 11. 11 plus 6 is 17. 17 plus 4 is 21. And 21 plus 2 is 23. Okay, now 2 again will be carried here. So 8 plus 1 is 9. 9 plus 2 is 11. 11 plus 5 is 16. And 16 plus 2 is 18. And finally, for the last time, 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 1 is 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. And 5 plus 2 is what? 5 plus 2 is 7. So the total here is 7,831. That is option A. Okay. Now, next question is, how many more bulbs with did factory V produce than factory W in May and June together? Okay, so for this question, we have to find the total of factory V and factory W for the month of May and June, right? So first of all, let's talk about factory V. In the month of May, it was this, okay, that is 22,000 sorry, 2254, and for the month of June it is 1393, right? Now talking about factory W for the month of May and June. For May it is 1000, and for June it is 1217, right? So 1217. Now okay, now we need to do the addition. So this will become 7. Now 9 plus 5 is what? 14. Then 1 carried here. So this will become 6. And this is 3. 3647. And now talking about this one, it is 7, 1, 2 and 2. Okay, so now to find the difference, that is how many more bulbs were created, we need to do the subtraction. So 3647 we'll take first, and then we'll subtract 2217 out of this. So the answer will become 0, 3, 4 and 1. Okay, so the right answer here is 1430. That is option C. Okay. Now, next question is, select the correct option. Two fractions are said to be equivalent if they have same denominators. Is it true? Like, is the first option true? No. Why? Because okay, whenever two fractions have the same denominators, they are said to be like fractions, right? Isn't it? Therefore, this is not a correct statement. Now, next is 5 upon 15 and 20 upon 60 are equivalent fractions. Okay, so to check if they are equivalent or not, let us try to convert them into their simplest forms. So 5 upon 15, what will it be? If you cut them out by the table of 5, this will become 1 by 3, right? And second one is 20 upon 60. So if you simply cut them off with the table of 1 by 3, sorry, with the table of 20, this will give us the answer what? 1 by 3, right? So they are equivalent fractions. Why? Because when we are trying to cut them off into simplest fractions, the answer for both of these is same. So yes, they are equivalent fractions, and option B is the correct option for us. Okay. Now, okay, now finally we have arrived on the achievers section. Now this section has 5 questions and each question has 3 marks. Okay, so we have to be more careful by while solving these questions. So the first question, that is question number 31, it says fill in the blanks and select the correct option. The sum of 14,580 and 2,582 when rounded off both numbers to the nearest hundreds place is. Okay, so let's try to solve the first part of the question. So the first one is 14,580 and 2,582. Now what we have to do is we have to round them off to the nearest hundreds. So nearest hundreds will be this, right? Now whenever we have to round off to the nearest hundreds, we have to always look their their digit at the tens place, right? So both of them have 8 at their tens place, so the numbers will be rounded off to the next number, right? So this 14,580 will become 14,600, and this 2,580 will become 2,600, right? So now we have to find the sum of that. So let's do it. So 0, 0, 6 plus 6 will become what? 12. 1 will be carried here. So 4 plus 2. Okay. Let me write this in one symmetry. Okay. So this will become 1,600 plus 2,600. Okay, so this will be 6 plus 6 is 12. 1 will be carried here. So 4 plus 2 is 6 and 1 7. And then this is 1. So the answer for the first part is what? It is 17,200. Okay, now see, we can clearly see that there's only one option which has 17,200 written here. So it should be option B. Why? Because sometimes during while solving the questions, we not only need to be practical, we also need to answer these questions wisely, right? So the answer for the first part is 17,200, and there's only one option which has 17,200 in it. So the right answer will be that option only. Okay. Now, although if we try to solve the second part, the question is round off the number 56,897 to the nearest thousands place. The sum of place values of the digits at tens place and hundreds place in the number obtained is. Okay, so this is the question, that is 56,897, right? We have to now round it off to the nearest thousands. So for rounding it off to the nearest thousands, we have to look the hundreds place value, right? So at hundreds place, it is the digit is 8. So the number will be rounded off to the next number. Okay. Because whenever the digit is greater than 5, we always round it off to the next number. So now this will become 57,000. Okay, so the question is that the sum of place values of the digits at tens place and hundredth place, what is the result of that? So at hundredth place it is 0, and on tens place also it is 0. So 0 plus 0 will be 0. So we have matched our answer for the second part also. Okay. Now next question is question number 32. The given pictograph shows the number of different types of pets sold by 6 shops. Study the given pictograph carefully and answer the following questions. Okay, so before moving on to the questions, first of all, let us try to solve the pictograph. So it is given that one star stands for 4 pets, right? So here there are 6 stars, so it will be 6 into 4, that is 24. Now this is 4 into 4, that is 16. Next is 4 into 5, that is 20. Again, it is 16. Then 3 into 4 will be 12. And finally, this is 5 into 4, that is 20 again. Okay, so now since we have solved the pictograph, let's see the question. The question A says, the A part says, what is the fraction of number of pets sold by the shop S to the number of pets sold by the shop P? Okay, so we have to find the fraction of number of pets sold by S to the number of pets sold by P, right? So for S, what was the total count for S? It was 16, and for P, it was 24, right? So is there any common table which has 16 and 24 both? 8, right? 8 twos are 16 and 8 threes are 24, right? So this will become 2 by 3. Now, second part is how many total pets were sold by shop Q, R, T, and U? Okay, so for Q it was 16, then for R it was 20, for T it was 12, and for U it was 20 again. Okay, so let's do the sum of these. So 6 plus 2 will be 8, and 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 1 is 4, and 4 plus 2 is 6, right? So the right answer to this question will be option C, because value for A is 2 by 3 and value for B part is 68. Okay. Now next question is, the given figure is made up of 5 identical rectangles. The length and breadth respectively of each rectangle are 8 centimeter and 3 centimeter. Okay. Find the perimeter of the given figure not drawn to scale. Now first of all, what is a perimeter? Perimeter means that the sum of the sides, right? The sum of the length and breadth of the sides, right? So that gives us perimeter. Now here it is given that 3 centimeter is the breadth and 8 centimeter is the length. Now before finding out the perimeter for the complete figure drawn here, first of all let us label the length of each side. Okay, so now this let's do that first. So this will be 8, this will be 8. Now this is opposite to this one, so it will be 3. Now next again, this will be 8 in total. Now, okay, this is the breadth, this is the length side, so this is 8 there. Now this is the breadth side, so this will be 3. Now it is opposite to this one, so it will be 8. Okay, now talking about this in total, okay, talking about this in total, this needs to be of 8, like 8 centimeter. But will we be considering the other part? First, let me change the color of the pen. Wait, so that I can highlight it and show it to you. So, yeah, okay. What I am trying to, okay, wait. Um, yeah, what I am trying to say is that, will this part be considered for the perimeter? No, why? Because we only, while talking about perimeter, we only consider those parts which, like those sides which are on the outer end, right? But this is inside the figure, right? So we will not count this part. Now, this part is opposite to this one, right? So since if this is 3 centimeters, so this will also be 3 centimeter, right? So now to talk about the other part of the, like this side, this will be, the total was 8 and this is 3. So this part will be 5. Okay. Now again, this is 8, and similarly as it was here, again here it will also be 5 centimeter. Now this last rectangle is left, so this side will not be counted as we know. So this is 8, this is 8, and finally this is 3. Okay, so we have finally solved the different lengths and breadths of all of the sides. So finally, to find the perimeter, we just have to do the sum of all of these sides. So first of all, let us count the sum of the sides whose length is 8. Okay, so this will be 8 plus 8, that is 16. 16 plus 8 will be what 16 plus 8 will be 24, then 24 plus 8 will be 32, 32 plus 8 will be 40, 40 plus 8 will be 48, then 48 plus 8 will be 56, and 56 plus 8 will be 64, which means there are total of 8 sides whose length is 8, so the total for that will be 64. Now next is, let's count the total of the sides which are of 3 centimeter. So there are 4 sides which are of 3 centimeter, that is 1, 2, 3 and 4, right? So 3 plus 3 is 6, 6 plus 3 is 9 and 9 plus 3 is 12. Now finally there are two sides which are of 5 centimeter length. Okay, so so that will be 5 centimeter, 5 plus 5 centimeter, that is 10 centimeter. So now the total answer for this should be uh, 4 plus 2, that is 6, 6 plus 0, okay, that is 6. Now finally 6 plus 1 is 7 and 7 plus 1 is 8, right? So the answer for us is 86 centimeter. Now 86 centimeter is not an option given here, so the right answer to this will be option D, that is none of these. Okay, now next question is, Divya and her friends went for lunch at a restaurant. The items ordered by them and their costs are given in the bill as shown. If she paid rupees 1940 in total, then find the amount paid for cutlet. Okay, so again, like one of the questions that we solved in previously, it is same like that. So we know that the total amount spent by her was 1940, and we know that she ate a few items, that is she ate around 7 items, and we know the cost for 6 of the items. Now we have to find the cost for cutlet, right? So how will we do that? uh, we will first of all we will do the total for the rest of the 6 items. So for that we have to add 450 plus 190 plus 150 plus 95 plus 275 and plus 430, right? So if we do the sum of all of these, the answer will be 1590. Okay, now we already know that the total for the 7 items were 1940, and now the total for the 6 items is 1590. So if we do the difference between these two, we will get the amount for the 7th item, right? So the answer for this will be 350. Okay, so the right answer to this question will be option D. Now we have arrived on the final question, and the question says, read the given statements carefully and state T for true and F for false. So there are 3 different statements in this question, and we have to check each one of them. So the first one is, Roman numeral for the largest 3-digit even number is CMXCIX. Okay, so first of all, before discussing the Roman numerals, let us first revise the values of the different Roman numerals. So see, L is equal to 50, I is equal to 1, X is equal to 10, and V is equal to 5, then C is equal to 100, D is equal to 500, and M is equal to 1000, right? Another thing that we need to remember is, whenever any Roman numeral is written before the greatest Roman numeral, it always means subtraction. And when the smaller Roman numeral is written after the greater Roman numeral, it means addition, right? So CM, what will it be? See, it is CM XCIX, right? So what will this CM be? This is M, that is 1000, and we have written C, that is 100 before it. So this will be 900. Now next is this, that is XC. So C means 100, and we have written X, that is 10 before that. So this will become 90. And now this one is X, and we have written I before that, so that is 9, right? So the question is, Roman numeral for the largest 3-digit even number. Now 3-digit even number, what it will be? Largest 3-digit even number will be 998, right? And this Roman numeral is for 9999. So this is not true. Okay, so the first statement is false. Now next is, in Roman numeral system, V can be subtracted from 10. Okay, to subtract V from X, how we will write it? We will write it as this, and the value for this should be 15, right? But is it the way how we write 15? No. How do we write 15 then? We write 15 like this, right? Sorry, this okay, so the value for this should be 5, right? Because 10 minus 5 will be 5. So is it how we write 5? No, right? So this is simply correct. Oh, sorry, simply wrong. Okay, so another second one also is false. Now, talking about the third statement, it says the Hindu Arabic numeral for CDLXIX is 469. Okay, so let's try to solve this. So CD is, which means C is 100 and D is 5, and we are writing it before that, so this will be 400. Now next is LX. So Okay, L means 50 and X means 10. So this will be 60. Yes. Now finally IX is 9. So yes, this is 469. So yeah, the Roman numeral and the Hindu Arabic numeral both are same. So this one will be true. So our sequence should be false, false and true. So the ones showing this sequence is option A. So the right answer to this is option A. Okay. So now students, this is it for today.